Tenfold, see my advance to tenfold. Tesla, oh, hey, ride me like a rodeo. I'm like cold, when I die, sell his soul. Have your sis, roller skate, you see my wrist. TM drip, TNT, she blow my dick. Watch I flex, yeah, Hercules, so please don't test. You need vest, extended clip, total vest. You like a pest, yo, this said my dick hit chest. You get stuck, heavy bro might break his neck. Or a dreads, yeah. Touch my soul, I burn my hands. Little tech, hollow tip, he get bro like X. I need bands, so this might make you dance. Where your man's, she been bad like a rubber band. What's your plan? Do I say my you get blam, give her dish, you love her mess. She's on my dick like it's medicine. Touch on her pussy like Letterman. For my walls, Cuban drip, body dipped in gold. Pull like oh, suck my dick like it's all you know. Kill my foes, see my drip, I sip on my toes.
Yeah, this is the Broward album. We're gonna run through it. Today, Lvxy is going to be on the line. Go subscribe. Behind upcoming artists, that's his name on YouTube. Check out his Spotify. Some respect on his name.
Of my life, I totally say she's back for life, so for the rest of my days. 1, 2, 3, I'm just counting my mistakes. I'm 8 feet deep in the heart of this game. First time I'm shocked, you don't ever tell the truth. I don't know the trust in the process who to lose.
Gave out music, and respect wasn't put on it. People took his swag, took his style. A lot of people took his music. This was the pending conversation that everybody was looking for. People took his music and he showed proof. Dylan, that was confirmed via Gina Valentine. She said it. Czarr's behind upcoming artists. He wanted to speak because a lot of people were saying he sounds like somebody. And I brought that Bruno thing up because he said that he acted like I was the one that was lying about it. But I was just saying what was said and needed said.
Scared of my own mind. You had the key to set me free, but you told me it's not over. It's not
Put some respect on it. Yeah.
Why can't this all just be over?
I don't think he's a mimic. I think he's doing what he does, and he just sounds similar to him.
So why can't you just let me go? Please let me go.
An upcoming artist whose music was copied by a lot of people.
going insane.
Respect to him, respect to my Patreons. I haven't forgotten. I know this was the pending interview everybody was looking for. We're going to talk about it. But we're going to talk about him. We're going to put the focus on this artist and not put the focus anywhere else. Not on the sound alikes. We're not giving them no shine right now. When I spoke, he was the first one that spoke up. He's the first one I spoke to. We're putting respect on his album he has, and we're going further. What you're hearing right now is the Vroward album.
Never said so long. Tell me what wish that I could respond. I'm making a song. Side low to the ground. Trying to find my own sound, but it feels like I'm just drowning. Place my smile upside down. Yeah. Safe call. Wish that I could say yeah. I've been running in my coffin in my graveyard. Rockstar. Got my name on the rocks near my face. Every night be so confused. Let me help you away. Safe call. Wish that I could say yeah. I've been laying in my coffin in my graveyard. Rockstar. Got my name on the rocks near my face. Every night be so confused. Let me help
See,
you
he travels, he does music, he works with artists. Some artists take advantage of what you do. He doesn't ask for nothing back. He just keeps pushing. He's a young prodigy. That's why he's the XXX prodigy. Because I'm sure he did a lot for people when they turned their backs.
I'm in it for the money, it's mine. I might be in it for the money, just to spend it on the day. But I was responsible, but I'm not made that way. I'm not made that way, so get up on my face. I'm gonna 5 million kids on my door like that. She be crying every single night, whole time. So I don't so I can grow up. Every day, not in it for the money, a smile on your face. I might be in it for the money, just to spend it on every day. Wish I was responsible, but I'm not made that way. I'm not made that way. So never said so long. Tell me what I've been wrong.
He's very talented. I would agree.
I'm making a song. Side low to the ground. Trying to find my own sound, but it feels like I'm just drowning.
This is the name of his album. I'm gonna tell y'all right here. You can get it on Spotify.
I've been laying in my coffin in my graveyard. Rockstar. Got my name on the rocks near my face. Every night be so confused. Let me help you away. Safe call. Wish that I could
Support.
say yeah. Tell me that I'm dumb, no I am. Tell me no I'm dumb, so you'll be my friend. If you try to be public, baby, I can make this plan. I'll bring it to the sun, and the other end. I'm playing sports, try to be like Lonnie, I can take all of these flaws. But when I leave you lonely, please don't get any remorse. No matter what I'm going through, all the universe, just to get to you. I don't know how much pressure I can take in this fucked up world. Try to see like us and make my problems go away.
In Quattro, a lot of people stole X's style. So to say he might as well talk to everybody.
I can't see in the dark now. There's light 'cause it's shining like a star.
It's a rainy season now, I hope you will be on me. It's a rainy season now, I hope you will be on me. It's a rainy season now, I hope you will be on me. Pick up in her spine, but I really fuck her mind. Saw my goal light, she can't see the silver line. Double R dash, looking like a timeline. Soon as I dash, I be at the goal line. Always take it home, baby girl, I never fall. Phone me alone, yeah, I'm talking about rock. Phone me alone, yeah, I'm talking about rock. If a nigga do you wrong, then you know I'm down the road. I'm afraid to see what you're hiding. I can't escape even if I try. She won't inside. Don't stop, lost, yeah, don't stop.
That was a sample of it. I'll keep going. Let me see what's up. Let me let them know so you can call in now. Okay, let me get it. Yo, what's good, man? How you doing?
Doing good, bro. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. If you could just speak up a little bit more, we rocking.
Let me just put my shit in. You can probably hear me better.
Okay. On the line, I have Lvxy. We're gonna conversate, ask some questions. I'll let y'all ask some questions too, related to it. Put some respect on his name. Vroward, one of his most known albums, VROWARD. Go check it out. He's on Spotify. Lvxy, RAINLVXY. He has a lot of tunes and music that is catchy, and some compare it to Tentacion. It's how he raps, it's his style. It's how he's been doing it. He actually showed me the receipt to show that he did send someone a certain level of music. It was the exact copy. I listened to it. That's not what we're here to talk about. I just wanted to reference that. He did verify that there was something going on where someone had a copy of his music, passing it off as their own. And that's part of why I chose to go this route with the interview and speak about this situation, because even though a lot of people are comparing it to certain things, he seems to have come out and showed that, you know, he was authentic with it. So, Rain, did you want to start off by letting them know where you're from?
First off, can you hear me better, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you better.
All right, and you said what from my walking part?
Where you're from?
Oh, I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Broward County.
Okay, so you're from Broward County. You have the experience, the same things going on and stuff. And, you know, when you were dealing with the Broward album, what was the aim you were going for? Like sort of the vibe of it?
I know earlier in my, when I started making music and actually recording, I was doing a lot more art in music. I was doing a lot more like, I guess you could call it your typical Broward style. It was, it's hard shit. And then people were like, bro, can you start singing, like more melodic stuff. So I was like, all right, that is our album. It's our album. We want to put out more melodic tunes and shit like that.
Where I could definitely tell. I listened to it. I like the intro, Vroward. That was one of the ones I like. I like the song Czarr. And the song, let me look at the name so I have the title. It's starting to catch on to me. Let me check that. What song? Let me see what song. The song. Let me see. Jealousy and Over. Re-listening to those songs, they started catching on to me. I really like the approach to how the music is made. I definitely think that you made a statement with these songs. Like a lot of people may compare it to Tentacion, and even though you sound like them, there is a clear difference, I feel, in how you put it together. But I think it gets the point across the same. Did you know anyone that was around X?
I was around that. Like, as a lot of most of the time, I don't really like speak on them, which not because I don't post things. I have so much stuff to say, but there's so many niggas out here that will fuck around and be like, oh yeah, just say da 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 da, and then use his name for their own benefit. And it's honestly, it's some of the people that are the closest to him. I'm not going to say any names because you'll see in the long run, but it's people that are really closest to him. Even people that were part of members only that I feel still use his name for their own benefit.
Exactly.
And it's just I don't rock like that. I knew Jose since 2013ish, but you'll never hear me be like, oh yeah, you know, LLJ this and that about Jose, and then be like, oh, but by the way, go check out my new single or some corny shit like that. You'll never see me do that because it's just not morally right. And especially if you're close to an individual, not even just Jose, but if you're close to an individual, I just feel it's not morally right to use their name for your own benefit.
Right. Because you've actually known X, like compared to a lot of people who try to mimic the voice, you've actually known him. And that was one thing I wanted to. If you're grinding with somebody in the beginning before they're famous and you get to know them prior to it, and you guys have made music around each other, the vibe is going to be transcendingly similar. And that's one of the things I wanted to come out, that you've known him. What are your thoughts?
I have music with him. Like
you have music with him. What? Let me ask you this question. So did you know sort of like the lifestyle that he was living in the party scene when he was at quote unquote the devil's house?
People call it devil's house when really it was more called Bruno's house. But
okay.
I don't. I mean, there's a whole lot to it. South State never lived just one particular lifestyle. It would not range from like days, but kind of it would just go as time went. I mean, if you wanted to live a certain way, you would live. Like, next day, you woke up and you wanted to do something different. You'd wake up and do something different.
I mean,
it was all about time.
As of yesterday, I addressed that individual, Bruno, about something he said compared to what has been said recently. It seems like he did nothing he said, and he kind of was speaking about how he was consistently telling someone to change themselves, but he was actually the problem. His life, what he did, how he brought all those challenges around him. How do I bring challenges around someone, telling them not to interact with them? But then during the party, I'm pretty sure he was influencing it. I mean, and I feel that painting.
It's all a little setup to set up for failure, or not necessarily set them up for failure per se, but more just to see the outcome of the situation.
Right.
If the outcome of the situation is a bad outcome, then you know, oh, okay, well, this and that. But if it's a good outcome, then it's a win-win for everyone involved. So that's how I feel about it. But on certain situations, you know, I was more not necessarily close to Bruno or anyone else. It was more just me and Jose, because what me and Jose had was more secretive, not necessarily secretive, but more just in the dark. Because you got to think about it from one of our perspectives. Two niggas that sound a little similar, look a little similar, this make music a little bit the same way. You feel me? How's that gonna look coming out? You feel me? Like,
absolutely.
It's gonna be exactly. It's just that's why I never really came out until after he passed away. Not necessarily saying that I came out because he passed away and I wanted to mimic what he does, because that was never the case. Is that, you know, once he passed away, I stopped writing music. I stopped making music because I was so hurt. Like, that was someone very, very close to me. But then, you know, I had not like people call it a epiphany. I just call it deep thought. about Duffy and stuff that we used to do writing wise, talking wise, and that made me think. I can't give up on what I love. I can't give up on people. So I was like, I have to keep doing this. So I just continued throughout music, and I came back out in April, and that's when I kind of start really taking off at that point.
Did you ever hear that song by Kid Trunks called "Love Never Blossoms"?
I probably have heard it, but I don't know the name. Because the thing is, I don't really support the Trump.
I don't either. I'm with you. I don't. Like, you can say when you're writing something, you're speaking about something. His writings were so similar to how Czarr passed away and when he dropped it, it was like he worked on it before he passed away a little bit, but he didn't drop it till after he passed away. And it really made it stand out in that way. I just don't understand how that's acceptable for me to make music so similar to how one of my homies died, but then me to speak on them like I care. We ain't hear you making music coming out like Josh stole my style or nothing crazy.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is that the thing is that I don't want to speak too much on this because I don't want any problems, because my name already has enough problems around it anyway. But thing realize that people, if South Bay was live right now, people would be doing things from a different. They wouldn't be putting on music that was similar. They wouldn't be doing
exactly.
It's because he can't defend himself.
Exactly.
Quote unquote gone.
Exactly. And that's sort of why I do my series, because I think this needs to come out. Now, yesterday, it just was, we have Gina Valentine, who I put special emphasis on, has said X didn't beat Geneva. It was, she said and alleged it was Bruno, not X. So it really does make it a little harder that he's no longer here to defend himself, but his name was attempted to be tarnished through the actions of somebody who was a friend. And he called X getting beat up on stage and jumped karma. I don't believe that. I don't believe as a friend that's your stance to take, because X wouldn't have.
I believe that specific situation, it was all an inside job anyway.
Exactly.
I heard that shit. I felt like that too was, I don't know if it was necessarily Bruno. I don't want to say any specific names, but I definitely believe that was an inside job, because there was no way, because I've been to Dante shows, I've been backstage, I've talked to him, and the way I looked, and it was before all that shit. There's no way for an individual to be able to get past security backstage all the way through without being questioned.
Right.
Unless they just up on the main stage. But by the time they do that, there's so many security, they're just going to get rather pushed off or just get like they're going to be fucking gone. It's not possible for that shit, bro. And that's why I can't fuck with I can't fuck with a whole lot of his people just for the fact, well, if you necessarily want to call him with people.
Yeah.
And that's why you'll see me on Instagram. You'll see me on Instagram basically trolling his people, because they that's why none of them fuck me. The real Flyboy Tarantino, he blocked me. Didn't have a reason to block me. He blocked me because he knows I'm not going for none of that shit.
Right.
Tankhead 666, he's heard of me, but he doesn't fuck with me. He has no reason not to fuck with me, but it's because he knows I don't fuck with none of that goofy ass bitch ass shit that the niggas be doing.
Right.
It wasn't always positivity. I expect no individual to always be positive 24/7 because of the world that we currently live in.
Good point.
But all that being said, I also don't expect after used to.
Like I feel everything you're saying. In the situation, it's just like a free for all now that he's gone, and it looks like he kept order. I just don't like how certain things happened around him, and how would you feel this? I want to ask, how would you feel if there was a member that was trying to big up and like amp two other members fighting? Would he go for that? I mean, it's Trunks. I find him amping every single situation. Like, these are two talents. The focus is his music, and then getting in the drama to up the drama between two members. It's like he's trying to get guys to wipe themselves out.
See, the thing about it is that a lot of people don't realize, and this is fact, you know, those people that, you know, are big, that were supposedly his friends, that will deny this just for the fact that he's going, can't agree with me. But niggas were at that, before he passed away, niggas was building a whole group of niggas to go against Lvxy. And you know who was one of the leaders? That Tankhead 666 was one of the leaders for the group to go against Lvxy. Because argument is spread, Tankhead still not satisfied. That nigga Lvxy bought Tankhead his own fucking car. Nigga gave him money. Nigga gave him all his clout. The niggas that were in members only, I'll say Stokely aside. Stokely still be very, very successful because he's a very successful artist. But the majority of all the niggas in members only would not be where the fuck they are if Lvxy was, like, if he didn't say shit. They would not be where they are.
No, not at all. No, not at all. And that brings me back. I'm sorry.
The thing is, niggas wanted to go against Lvxy due to the fact Lvxy was not trying to give them any more clout. He kicked them out of his house. All of the members, I won't say all, but the majority, he kicked them all out of his house. Because they knew, Lvxy knew that they were only feeding off his energy. They were only feeding off his clout, basically. And he knew that shit wasn't right.
Do you think they felt they were owed to this because of the fact they were pushing the song "Look at Me" and it blew up?
But you said what? Kind of cut out a little bit.
The song "Look at Me," the song that was the song that blew up. Contrary to the narrative that Bruno was doing about I talked to the devil in Miami because it had to do with his house. It was like they all wanted clout at some reason. Do you think members only specifically felt they were owed more attention because they helped them blow up?
I can kind of get that. I can kind of get that. Like, I do feel as if there was some form of, you know, not necessarily, what's the right word for this? Not necessarily obligation or anything like that. It was just more, to me, if you help me out, I'm going to help you out too. Which I get that, because I would be the exact same way. But I feel like it's a little bit different. Once you do so much for a person, basically pay your dues that you need to pay, but then someone expects more. To me, I just feel like it got too carried away. I mean, they expected a little bit too much.
Right. It was like Queen Prodigy has just said, it's envy for the stature he took. So I have a question. Why would they push it on Czarr and not on Ski? I don't understand.
Because I don't know if you noticed this or not, but he is one person that you do not see on Instagram saying, "Oh, LLJ this, taking my new single." Like, I think the one thing that Sophie really did, which wasn't bad, but what he did was say on how you feel. I'm trying to think what he said. RIP, like something Lvxy, something. But like, it's as simple as just, you know, RIP Lvxy, LLJ, like, and that's it. Nigga doesn't get on Instagram every day and talk about Lvxy, this and that, because he knows within himself how his relationship with Lvxy. Just like I do, like I know within my own mind, within my own heart, my relationship with Lvxy. I don't need to spread it with other individuals unless I feel a need to. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's why they don't come for Stokely. Why do you think Stokely left him on his own? Because he realized the fuck shit that was going around. He realized how wrong niggas was doing Lvxy's name. You feel me? And like the whole, you know, the whole little running back video.
Yeah.
That shit made me so upset. Like, if I ever see Tankhead, I'm gonna slap the fuck out of him. And that's fact. I don't give like, the thing about me, I'm only 5 and I'm only 18 years old. I don't give a fuck because it's just not right. You know that within yourself. And the people that are doing it know it themselves. That shit isn't right, bro.
No.
The niggas in the video was in a car, masked up with guns or type of shit. Basically promoting the same thing that got Jose killed in the first place.
Right.
Like,
That was my, you know what? You hit it right on now. That's what was my confusion. The visuals for it. Then they ended it being at his place, but that same type of trash got him taken out. And that was what kind of had me a little confused. I'm like, but even so, I want to say for Ski, there was a situation people don't know about where he allegedly had guns put on him when he was hanging around that same place with them, sort of like Czarr. And he left after that. He was like, nah, I'm done. He was like, I don't know what type of time y'all on. And that's where I gained, I'm not going to say sympathy, but an understanding of his movements. Where still I'm trying to figure out if Trunks was violating. Do you remember when Trunks was using his social media to post his videos?
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't he get ran for that? How did he slide out of that? He never was violated.
I don't know. I don't know if you realize it or not, but I'm not going to say the industry is so fucked up, but the people that are running the industry are so fucked up. People that nowadays look at it, the people that are talking gibberish, people that aren't talking about shit. There's people blowing up. The people that are clout chasing are the people that are blowing up. Same with X. He was a very, very lucky, and that's why he's such an icon, because he was so lucky to get to the place where he got.
Mm-hmm.
And then he used that to his advantage to reach out to kids, adults, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, it's so hard to blow up without being clout chasing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's why acts is only are getting more recognition than what Sophie's getting, because they're clout chasing. Like,
Right.
And I feel like that's why they don't fuck me per se, because they see I'm not clout chasing.
Right. It's talent.
And what was I about to say? Damn, I completely forgot what I was about to say after that. But yeah, bro, it's just the entire place is just fucked up. And that's why I told niggas, bro, I was like, I could go to a members only show. I could go to any show in Florida. I've never shown my face before. Well, I have. People don't realize it, because, like I said before, people are blind to a lot of shit, such as people using Jose's name. People are blind to that. They think, oh my God, he was so close to Jose. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, it's sad he passed away, but it's not sad. It's fact, people are still using his name for their own benefit, to promote their own content.
Right. I address Trunks a lot of times, and literally he'd go on social media and post something or post something with X, post something about X. And it happened so much. That's why I never let up. Because I was like, every time I address something, you don't answer it. I have a bigger YouTuber that reaches out and speaks to you. You still don't answer. It's like, so there's something funny about your movements. Like, you can't.
How can someone doing that shit, how can they really defend themselves? Like, what can they really say?
True. That's a good point.
Say I was on Instagram.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
I posted some shit, and I was like, yeah, oh yeah, Josh, I did this and that, and here's my new single. And you hit me up, right? And you're like,
yeah,
like, what is this? Like, what are you doing? How, in your words, would you be able to explain yourself to an action like that? You
right.
can't. It's literally unexplainable. And that's what he realized. That's why he won't ever answer that shit unless he gets called out for clout chasing, and then he admits to it. Other than that, none of them will ever answer for their own action.
No.
And that's what makes me so sick, bro.
I get X. See, X is the type of friend that pulls up on a bully for you and stuff. It's like members only was created by X. Why does Trunks feel it was a collaborative? Like everybody did it at one time, like when they know who the leader was.
It's just, there's no other way to say it than he's just fucking dumb.
I called you dumb, stupid Trunks. You stupid.
And the thing is that now that Jose is not around, you can't debunk the facts that are being said. Like, I don't know if you remember, there was an interview a long, long time ago it wasn't a long time ago, but it was a while back. And there's somehow Wi-Fi stream was not in them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he kept saying, yeah, I talked about that receipt in February. Earlier this year, he was like, Wi-Fi was never a member. That wasn't true.
Yeah, it's not true at all. Wi-Fi was a member. But the thing is, Wi-Fi, there's a whole lot of stuff going around, and there's a whole lot that people don't know. The thing is, Genesis, I don't know if you know this, but Genesis is Wi-Fi's pet.
Yes, I knew that. Okay,
Yeah,
I knew that part.
The thing is, how do you think it's going to work out, bro? That's why, oh yeah, Wi-Fi's not member going to dismiss this over some female. Like,
Yeah, right. But listen, Trunk's in the song. That's why I asked Love Never Blossoms. He says he wants the hoes over the money. He said that. So my thing is, he openly says this, and then this guy. Now, what I'm hearing, this is alleged to me, is that Trunks walked in with Jenny with someone else, and he was like heartbroken. So he has the sense of revenge. He walked in with her smashing someone, and he was heartbroken. So that's what led to him going down the route he was. Somebody was beating it up, laying the pipe. He walked in on it. That's when Love Never Blossoms happened. This was after he sent her money. He was simping her.
I don't doubt that. But yeah, I mean, one thing about me is I can't really necessarily speak on things that I'm not fully like
okay.
Back, but I don't doubt it.
I you know what, and neither do I, especially with the type of receipts I have. I had this confirmed directly with someone that's from around there, that he walked in on it, and he was catching feelings over her. So, and then when he rapped, he wants the hoes over the money. I was like, that makes sense. That fits the character that we're looking at. And it really made me realize that if anyone had contention for this man in his heart, it would have to be the guy using your social media, trying to mess with a girl that now messes with you. He had too many things stacked up. And then it seems like when Bruno tried to act like I Met the Devil in Miami was his hit song when it wasn't, I'm like, this guy was jealous too. All these jealous people, because the girls want you to lay wood without anything attached, and they're pissed because I guess they ain't stepping up with the sword dick, whatever he said, needle, however he said it. They ain't dicking him like he is. They got some type of issue with his whole persona. So they want to take their shots now that they can, and they feel safe to. That's part of my issue. You guys want to take shots now that he's not here, and they think it's sweet to do that. But they don't realize, they have yet to realize that there's people all around like you that actually really cared about him. So now it's like, well, we haven't found what's going on. And the suspects, they keep pushing the case back. Now tell me, have you ever heard of a case where suspects get experts involved?
Yeah.
But the suspect themselves ask for an expert when they're accused of murder.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, it can't be simple and dry. It can't be right in my face where now I want experts and stuff, and you guys are still taking shots from wherever you are, and it's making it look bad. It's making it look like, and they were all in the interrogation room at one point, and somebody messed up. I'm gonna just say one of them messed up, and they don't realize it yet because they're waiting. They want to connect the dots, then they're going to get them. But, you know, one of the things I also heard was Jenny had an argument with X about other girls because she wanted to be possessive, but he wanted to be a free bird and do what he wants to do. So she was on his nutsack, and now she's here fighting his mom. Would he put respect on her being disrespectful to his mother? Would he put respect on Jenny being disrespectful to his mother?
Oh, most definitely not.
So I told her to take the test, right? She goes, and then in big news it says Jenny taking a DNA test randomly. I'm like, nah. I'm like, I told you to. She attacked those videos with me calling her out because they were true. Everything I said was true, and she knew it. So she's in a social media link to do this. Now there's random people surrounding her that will at random attack or try and cover something up, dealing with it here because they know we told the truth and we're on to them. This is mutiny on his legacy. So anything financial with his legacy, they want it. That's crazy. And it goes, the reason I mention this is from you two working together, having experience, to now this man's going, and people that he never was hanging out with, never knew, are trying to scoop his legacy while the envy of his friends and stuff rage on. It blows my mind.
And the thing is, bro, you know what also very, very upset is that Little Nas X had a feature from XxXTentacion and Lil Wayne. But Lil Wayne doesn't hurt me as bad because I know a thing. Jose always listened to Lil Wayne, especially when we were younger. He always listened to Lil Wayne. That was like one of his favorite rappers. So
Respect the Lil Wayne.
Problem with that. But the thing is, Lil Nas X, he didn't even know who Lil Nas X was. And the thing is that Lil Nas X got on Twitter a time ago and basically was talking down on X's name. And I'm like, you let this man have a feature from Jose, regardless of what he said, and the fact that Jose didn't even know him. I was like, bro, it's just not. Like, and the thing is, honestly, a lot of people are coming at his mom about the situation. But honestly, I don't even really think it's his mom's fault.
It's not.
I don't think it's his mom's fault. I think it's people that are basically lying to Leo to get more money. I'm just like, there's no other way to really put it. And the thing is that it's so sad because it's right in front of everybody, but so many people are just too blind to be able to see the truth in front of them.
Right.
And and there's not much I can do about it because in someone else's eyes, who am I? But I'm just a nigga that sounds supposedly like Jose, and I don't show my face. But there's just so much more deeper to it, and that's why I really wish I could reach out to Cleo. But at the same time, I was talking to someone about this, and I was telling him, I really wish I could reach out to Cleo and really be able to explain to her some things. But at the same time, I think about it, how is it going to look? A nigga that sounds like Jose, looks a little bit like Jose, makes music like him a little bit. How is it going to look me hitting up his mother? It's just not going to be a good look. And at the same time, I don't know if it's too soon. I don't. There's so much more to it. And it's almost like I'm like stuck trying to think of what I can do, but there's not much I can do.
I fully understand. If you do change your mind, I can make that happen. I can make sure that you talk to Cleo and let her know what you want to tell her. I definitely get your thing, because her thing is she's looking for answers. Like, my son's gone. She's like, what's the problem? Like, how life starts moving real fast around you because you're taking everything in. She's still stuck in that point because there's so much happening legally, dealing with this baby mother, dealing with the situation. She's still just trying to push her son's legacy throughout it all. And people are like, oh, it's just for the money. Well, this boy was the money maker. Think about it. Our parents, when they have us, what are they counting on? That they're going to create someone that can make money and be successful. That's what she has that right. No one else does. It's not not even a cousin or something, but I got random people trying to make nonprofit stacks and racks off of his name, and they're doing it. And my thoughts are via blackmail. So they have something on her that they're threatening that if she doesn't let them do it, they're going to do it. And that knowing that how the Jamaican theory goes, how the lifestyle is, the mindset, these are what we call snakes. You're a snake. You're trying to snake me in order to up your profit off of what I created. It's like, get and stay in your lane. They don't want to stay in their lane. And the reason they hate me speaking about it is because I bring that out. Objectively, I bring it out because it's what's happening. It's not me making something up. It's not me just saying it. I didn't even know they existed until they reached out to me and started interacting with me, playing a certain role, trying to trick me, trying to do this, trying to attack us. It's their character, their bad character. Then I did research into them. They have a history of this in little cases. So this is a legacy, multi-million-dollar legacy. Now they do this. This is the last jukes they got to do. So they're going all out, doing it as much as they can, involving whoever they can. It's a system. It's so messed up that his mom can't even sit there to grieve because all these random people want to get in her pockets. It's effed up. It's so effed up.
And the thing is, another person who's pretty much with me on my opinions on this shit is that someone hit me up. Don't know who I'm talking about when I say this. Dwayne.
Okay.
He hit me up, and first off, it was all nice. I'm not going to say everything he told me because some shit is private, but due to him, and the thing is, he was hitting me up, basically letting me know, I appreciate you, this, that, I love what you're doing, this. And then we got into a conversation about how fucked up this whole situation is and how many people are taking advantage of a dead person. Like,
yes.
And the thing is, it sounds kind of, blunt me saying it like that, but really, if you really think about it, that people are taking advantage of a dead person.
Yes, they are.
And how right does that sound? And how right does that
it's not. It's not.
Regardless of what his baby mother does, it's not right to his baby mother, it's not right to his son, it's not right to his mom, and it's not right to his father, regardless of past history, anything. It's not right to anyone that is close to him. It's not right to me. And, I wasn't even the father's friend, but I was a very, very close friend. And it's not right to, it's people are so lost with fame that isn't theirs. And it's just like, I don't know, bro. And people over here are like, oh, you're only 18. That's why I don't tell people my age, because people belittle me because of my age. People little brother me because of my age, not realizing that I have more knowledge on situations than they have. And it's the people that really are taking advantage of the situation that try to belittle me, or it seem like it's not what it is, when in reality it is.
I fully understand, but I gotta be honest with you, Jenny. I want to see a DNA test. Jenny, I need to see a DNA test. I'm gonna keep it real. I know your activities before X. I know some of the things friends said you did after X. You need to show me a DNA test. I'm not playing with you. I'm really not playing with you. I gave you time. You attacked the videos. I still gave you more time. I gave you time after time. You were asked to do so. You did something else. I need a DNA test. I'm not convinced. I need, just by saying it, we want to see that. But Jenny, I need to see a DNA test that is confirmed with everything around. Matter of fact, even take Cleo's DNA to do a DNA test. I want to see a DNA test, because if I have Trunks over here sending you money, I know you dated Wi-Fi Funeral before. That has been confirmed here on the phone, which I knew. You were all around. I need to see a DNA test to say that this is X's, whatever, to show that you have authority. That's needed. I'm sorry. You got too many people connected to you in relations where you're attacking people who talk about it. So now the attacker needs to show their proof. I'm done playing with it. Where's the DNA test? I don't want to hear a whine. I don't want to hear a grunt. Show the DNA test like you should have been dead before you started attacking anyone. Your attack and final word should have been the DNA test a while ago. Even if you show it now, it makes me still think you're a fraud in some way because you didn't show it right away. That's the way you would have beat me. And you didn't beat me. You just tried to silence me. It didn't work. You need to show a DNA test.
Honestly, bro, my opinion, like I don't have full knowledge of this, but honestly, I think she has to get DNA test. I think it's just not public.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that because I got those results too. And they weren't the results I was looking for. I did. Someone behind the scenes showed it. They showed me something. It didn't look good. So I need to see her show a DNA test. That's why I'm saying it. I know she went and took it behind the scenes, whatever she took, and whatever they showed me was not good. So I want you to show it. And that's why I'm saying it. See, when I put the pressure on them, they think it's because, oh, he's hating. No. What am I hating on? I'm saying show a DNA test because someone else said something else. And it's crazy because it lined up with one of the suspects' inquiry, okay? Someone else said, you know, those guys involved in it, one had a disgruntled issue getting beat up by X, and the other one said one of them was very familiar with Genesis. That's what they said. Now, I don't know if that's true. I don't know anything about that connection, but you got to show me something now. I'm not feeling it. She's sitting here doing all these things, having friends babysitting, coming out saying things. Like she is trying to have a public image of I do no wrong when I know of the wrong you've done. So at the parties, when we were first attacked and I had a person come on and interview about the parties, she was spotted at the party with one of X's friends hanging out. Like she didn't leave with X. That like was X even around at that time? And you're at one of the parties that he goes to? Like that's my thing. And Bruno, you need to come out and say you uppercutted Geneva. That's another thing. Stop playing with me. You come out and let us know you actually uppercutted her. It's out now via someone who hung around you. We knew you had a habit of doing this in the house. You're going to take that off his legacy. You're not going to let that sit on his legacy. Oh, that he did this, relationships come. What do you know about a relationship when you're beating girls, stuffing them in cages? What relationship you know about?
That nigga pimped out bitches, bro. Like, he literally pimped out.
I believe him because he's too bummy and broke to get it off his own too. But now it's time to man up and admit to take it off your friend's blood and legacy. Talking bad about him. They're talking bad because they're thinking about that, which you did, being attributed to him. Because you're mad Devil in Miami wasn't a hit song. Nobody's looking for that. Who's looking for Devil and Talk to the Devil in Miami? Nobody's looking for a song made about your house. He's disgruntled. So he wants to let this sit on Tentacion's head. We know he didn't do it. Tentacion did not beat up Geneva. It's known now. Now, it's not. What are you going to say? Oh, it's not true. When this girl was seeing the things you were doing, the only thing she didn't describe about what someone else did to me is you with men's legs in the air. Let's talk about that. You had a grown man's legs in the air, an older man's legs in the air. Let's talk about that. Since he wants to sit around and dance around subjects, how you were busting down. Were you? Yay or nay? You failed every lie detector test, and we already knew you would. When you came out the woodworks like, yo, I'm doing it because I like it. You're fraud. You weren't doing it because you like it. You want to see what I knew. Now you know I know everything. So stop playing with me. Stop playing. Have a man bust open. Like, not even, oh my goodness. You were doing this, okay? He was doing this. You were corrupting minors. She talked about minors at the party. We already discussed it. She confirmed everything we already brought out. So he wants to dance around with it, and that's why, honestly, I respect the music and things you're doing because you're carrying on a legacy that is going to be referenced to him, however it's done, you actually having known him. So that's different than these other guys who want to sound like him. You knew him. And that's my problem with these other guys, because they were around him, but they didn't even really know him. You were around somebody they didn't even know. Not enough to put respect on their name when they're gone. If you get a chance, Rain, I want you to check out the Vlad TV interview by Trunks. When every questions he's asked is about X. He's asked only X questions because nobody gives a shit about your music. I don't give a shit. Vlad don't give a shit. None of us do. F your music. He's a fraud. Your music is fraud.
That nigga used to get bullied in school, and you know who the fuck up him out?
I couldn't even say that. Bruno ain't never been bullied. You can say, oh, you're mentioning Bruno. He ain't never been bullied. You were getting smacked up, and X had to save you. He's just a bad role model, trying to teach X this and this and this. Why are you teaching him that? He's a rapper. He's not in your industry at all. Why would you do that? Refer to him as a child. Why are you teaching a child bad things? What, your little girl, you're going to teach her, you're 8, but this is how you have your legs if you want to attract men. Like, what are you doing? It's built. Some people around him, like we spoke about, is built crazy. Like, you're out your mind. Like, you're thinking that's normal, that's acceptable. It's like, how'd you survive? It's like, what, other men around? Like, what? Like, where's your survival tactics to teach people what they need to know versus that? That's all I'm kind of saying. Like, yo, it's crazy. And Jenny, I gotta see that DNA test. I'm sorry. You're leaned up and against too many dudes in pictures, posing, matching with. Do you know DJ Scheme? Do you know about him?
I mean, there's a lot to that.
Yeah, we ain't gotta talk about it. We ain't gotta talk about it. But you know why I mentioned his name. That dude's you wanna know what? He reminds me of that dude who makes parody music, like Al. Like, he makes that parody music. He looks stupid. You look stupid. He's in the picture pose. This is my buddy. This is my pal. Like, none of y'all, where were these pictures when John was alive?
And the thing is, I have very, very rare pictures of me and Josh today. But they're unseen. Because you know exactly what the fuck would happen if I put them out. First off, yeah, I get caught. I get caught like this. Probably reach 20K in a day.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care. Like, I do not care about that. And the thing is, they be all over these little bullshit ass, little fake ass XxTentacion fans or whatever bullshit pages. It's like, without meaning, without any actual value to the pictures. And it's like, yeah, there were some real people around him. There were some very, very real people around him. But the thing is that nobody knows him because they don't speak on Just daily. And one person I will say is very, very real, and I fought with you heavily, bro, is Gustavo. I fought with you, Gustavo. Okay. Another person, Johnny, I fought with you, Johnny. And there's some others that I can't think of right off the top of my head right now. But
is this the same Johnny that came out suing the estate?
He's an artist.
Oh, okay. No. This one's just a producer who said he helped produce Look at Me Now, and he said the estate owes him money.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, there are some real people, bro, but the thing is that nobody can really fuck with those people because they're so hidden. They're so hidden by the fake people. I mean, I just can't fuck with those.
Word.
And that's why you don't see me before. People would have been on my face. You realize that people would have been so what I look like. I would have been performing. I would have been everywhere. But the thing is, wherever I went to perform is where the fake people are. And the thing is, I don't want to be around those people. Because if I do get around those people, I'm going to end up fucking beating them shitless. I'm going to fucking kill them. and I just can't do. And you know what people will say is that I spread positivity in all means possible with my supporters, with my fans. Even if you're a hater, even if you hate on me, I will still talk to you, because the thing is, I've had people that were haters, but I've turned them into like supporters. I've turned them into fans because they realize that my intentions are not what they are sometimes perceived to be. People at first looked at me, they were like, okay, this is just a kid trying to get clout off Jose, when it was not that way at all. And then they realized that slowly, and then they started fucking with it, because they realized that my intentions were not bad. What was I to say though? Is that I won't say any names, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. People will take your music and, you know, constantly say something about a person to basically get clout.
Yeah.
And then they're not even from the same country. They're not even from the same country as, well, I don't know. Is Canada a part of the U.S.?
Yeah, well, it's not. It's considered its own landmark. So technically not.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, well, the niggas are not even from the same country, and they're claiming to have respect. And you can't respect someone by faking a voice.
Right.
That, I'm not even going to say that because, you know, you already know about that. But, like, niggas really do everything in their power to have 15 seconds of fame. And the thing is, people are talking about, oh yeah, Brain, you just do this for the money, you just do this for this and that. And I don't care about money, bro. I mean, bro, in my mouth right now, but every single day, I will wear a white beater and some shorts, one shorts, nigga, because money is not value. Genuine expression, smiling, being happy is value to me. If I can see my supporters, or if I can see people around me smiling or being happy, that is genuine value. The thing is, elementary school in Tampa, I sit there and bought 5 to 6 flat screen TVs, send them up there. I bought $500 worth of snacks, send it up there. And the thing is, the niggas are talking about, I don't see you out here making a difference. Because I'm not one of these lame ass niggas that record what I do. Because only myself and God knows what I do for my own community.
Right.
Knows what I do for my people.
Respect.
So I don't need anyone else's approval to be a good human being.
Right.
Because people will see me post something and they're like, oh, you're a Satanist. You're a horrible person. You're a fucking monster. Not realizing is that, yeah, I've done shit in my past. Jose's done shit in his past. You've done shit in your past. Everyone has done something in their past.
That's true.
Not realizing that I wake up every day, every morning, wake up in the night, hoping to be a better person and constantly improving my own mental state to be a better person.
Right.
And the thing, I don't know if you know this about me, it's in my bio, but a lot of people don't take time to know about it, is that I was paranoid schizophrenia. And what people don't realize is that I struggle daily to even stay alive. And I can't even necessarily say I stay alive for myself. I stay alive to see the genuine expression on people's faces when I talk, when I make music, when I listen to people's problems, when I give them advice. And I don't know, it's just people are so judgmental. And that's partly why I don't show my face, because a young Puerto Rican, African American person will sit there and show their face, be completely tatted up with dreads, look just like a bad, quote unquote, bad influence. So people will strictly base their opinion on someone's image before they take the time to realize what they have to say. And that was the same thing with Jose. You think parents, you really think parents, specifically kind of like suburban parents, look at him and be like, oh, well, he's kind of a good guy. And they're going to be like, wow, just listening to this guy that has face tattoos, has a record of supposedly beating a female, and makes music about being kind of like, not necessarily all about it, but make music about being depressed and wanting to change and a bunch of bullshit happening in his life. You think parents are going to go for that? Or you think people in general are going to go for that?
Facts. I get what you're saying. B Aviation wanted to ask you a question. He said, "Can you answer why Dom is Live got a plaque from X's mom?" B Aviation, one of the commenters, wants to know, can you answer why Dom is Live got a plaque from X's mom? Dom is Live is a YouTuber, and he got a plaque from X's mom, one of his platinum plaques.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, we wouldn't, like, I didn't think he'd know, but it's what he asked. And for me to answer, the reason I think he got it is because he got it out of the fact that she respected the media and the interaction. Remember, before a lot of stuff, he was interacting with DJ Academics, who we have yet to get to. We're going to get to him, but a little later in what we're doing. But Dom is Live also interacted with him, and she felt he deserved it. That's her feeling. But Aviation, in that same question, I would want to ask you back. Can you tell me why Genesis didn't show the DNA test? I want to know. I've been asking her this. Rain, someone says, Rain, do you play MW? And if so, what platform? Modern Warfare, I think.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, I do play. I don't have the game, but I'm about to probably hop in. See, the thing about me is I don't really play the game a whole lot, just due to the fact I'm always making music. But I'm on PlayStation.
Could you tell them a gamer tag if you want, and where on Spotify to go to find you, and just like your social medias?
My Instagram is the same thing as everything else. Like, I am on Spotify, shit like that. It's Rain, like my name. By the way, most people don't know that my name actually is Rain Lucy. Like, it's not just a stage name. Like, my actual legal name is Rain Lucy. But my Instagram is Rain Lvxy. My Spotify is the same, and now I'm on Apple Music as well, and that is the same.
Wow, that's big moves. Do you have any more projects coming up?
One thing that I'm doing is that I'm not dropping project for a little bit, but I will be dropping quite a few singles. I have a new single coming out called Hell's Graveyard. It's dropping on Spotify, I believe, November 21st or 22nd.
Okay, November 21st, 22nd this month. Be ready for Hell's Graveyard to drop. Is there anything you'd like to say? Because you know Queen Prodigy. Is there anything you'd like to say to her?
What's up? It's like, I fought with her.
Yeah, she said you forgot to call her.
Is she on here?
Yeah.
Honestly, and that's one thing. Kind of like with you, when this whole little bullshit with this other lame ass nigga was stealing my shit. How you were talking about? Yeah, I tried DMing him and he didn't pick up. And it's not necessarily because I saw your DM, I didn't deal with it. It's because, like I said, when I'm not recording, I'm recording. Like, shit.
Okay.
I'm always fucking busy. So, but the thing is, yeah, I'm sorry, Queen Prodigy. You're going to have to call. You have my number, but you're just going to have to call me. Regardless if you're interrupting me or not, you're going to have to call me.
She said it's all love. She said it's fine, but she's looking for that call.
Hell yeah, you're going to have to call me.
Do you know Jordan G?
Jordan G, I've heard the name.
That's what his social media is. Jordan, what's your real name? He's saying you forgot to call me, and Jordan, I don't think he knows. Jordan G is someone who I listen to his music, and it was him. I don't know whether the recording process was bad. I don't know what he was doing. He wasn't rapping or nothing. He was just like making noises on the mic. I don't know about Jordan G. Jordan, I can't give props on your name. I don't know anything about that. You were just making noises on the mic. I was like, what is this shit? I was like, what the heck? Yeah. Anybody got questions? I'm
But
looking.
aside from this being, aside from this being my interview, how are you? Like, what
I'm
are you
good.
planning?
I'm just making moves. The reason I called out these people is because number one, Bruno DM'd me early. He DM'd me early when I just sort of kind of see. I have a method to my madness where I kind of mention things. I don't go in detail. He DM'd me right after I mentioned he took a trip somewhere. So and he put my picture up and got me 200 likes. Thank you. And they were like, who's that? And who's that? People were saying things here and there. And like, I guess he had an issue with me mentioning certain. It's not how it came out. The way he was bringing it, it was mad disrespectful. So I had to go in. And that's why I gave it some time. I told him someone else was going to come forward. They did. I guess he doubted me. I don't know how that works, but it happened. And then he was like, well, damn. Like, well, it happened. So my thing is, I conversated with the mom. I conversated with Dom. Shout out to Dwayne. Definitely shout out to him. I just, I put in work because it's not only about the suspects, it's figuring out. My figuring was these suspects, they got caught how I said they were. But what I didn't say was if they get caught the way I'm saying, we need to look more into it because the movements of someone that have done what they done, you got to get clear out the country. If you tried to kill a major star, you like, and they all started running. Like they said, it's not what you think. It was just a lot of craziness behind it. And, I've been grinding on this for a minute, including other things. Even to date, the videos, the viewership and stuff I have with the Tentacion case is not even larger than me doing my one video with the Kanika Jenkins case, because I figured that out right away. I saw how people were getting set up and I know what they were trying to do. So, I just been grinding with the case, speaking to different people, bringing up different subjects, showing receipts where they tell on themselves. Like these guys around him can't stop telling on themselves. When they speak up, they tell on themselves. When they got something to say, tell on themselves. They just tell. Kid Trunk snitched in the song. Bruno snitched on himself. It's like the word snitch does not deprive itself from these guys' mouths. Like they're always snitching on themselves, always snitching on something. And they think that they're hip because of how they deliver it, but their delivery's off. And those are the two guys who I always realize have to get high on camera. They always got to get high. Like they get high during it or get high before you. They're high all the time. And it's like you're on camera high, just talking. That's when you're going to tell it all. So it just literally worked to my advantage. I'm like, you're going to tell on yourself. You're high. And I seen Bruno's 2 days after he died. And then Trunks, you got this guy in 2017 making moves and doing funny stuff. So I'm just addressing all the funny stuff, including Jenny. She's funny style. Like acting as her own fan page, because I knew no one had a fan page for her. You think I'm stupid? And just realizing like I'm talking to her. I asked for photos, sent me weird photos that had nothing to do with it. It looked familiar to a photo I got sent earlier. There were people in here that were rocking with me at the beginning. They played like they were, but they turned out to be informants for someone else somehow because they blew up when I mentioned certain subjects. Then a source was acting like she didn't know what I was talking about. Like, it's just that funny style stuff. And, I just address all the funny style stuff. In between, I want to big up artists that are talented. So you're talented. I heard your music. I actually talked with Queen Prodigy before we even conversated like about this. And, she let me know that she had respect for you. I reached out to the other guy. He responded so late. I'm just looking into people's reactions to different things. And I feel real solid and authenticated by how you've come up, how you've expressed yourself, your music. And I just look forward to you making more music for the public, get that feel that they're missing with the legacy of X being gone, because I don't think they're going to get it from the friends. The only person I will say, the two that kept it the realest when they spoke was probably Bass and Craig. When they spoke in detail. They kept it the realest. And they went through the whole timeline. So I can't be mad at that. You know, it's just that I can only, but from Craig's perspective, I can only imagine how much money X was out dealing with some of these guys, like how much money he lost. Like he's just like, dang. So I'm just like, yo, he's losing mad money. Because if Craig lost 70, X had to lose a couple hundred because he had the money to put up. And you can't just keep costing someone money and expect it paid because you showed up. Like eventually, if you were an artist in a business and you were doing that, you lose your deal and owe the company. Like it just gets very crazy. And you know, I just want to bring out those factors and those points. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. Go check out Lvxy. Check out all his social media. Check out Spotify. Get ready for Hell's Graveyard. Did you have anything you want to say to them in party?
One thing is that I appreciate, everyone that tuned in. Well, I check my DMs as fast as I possibly can sometimes. I mean, yeah, that's what I have to say, bro, honestly.
Word. Well, I rock with you. I respect what you do. Keep making your music. They're starting to attack my live again. That's something that happens too. I don't talk much about. They attack my live because I'm not doing clickbait like these other guys. I'm actually getting to the bottom. I look forward to talking to you.
Most definitely.
We about to get into this real quick. I'm about to play John.
Yeah. Tenfold. Tesla, run me like a rodeo. On my cold, red dice on his soul. Pegasus, roller skate, you see my wrist. TM drip, TNT, blow my dick. What I flex. Hercules, so please don't test. You need vest, extended clip, vest. Yo, this at my dick hit chest. You get stuck. Heavy boy might break his neck. Or a dreads, yeah. Touch my soul, I feel my hands. Hey, little tech, hollow tip. He get bullet X. I need bands, hey. So this strap might make you dance. Hey, where your man's, hey. She been pulling a rubber band. Hey, what's your plan? Hey, do I say like somebody else? Hey, you get blammed, give her dish, you left her mess. Hey, she's on my day like it's medicine. Touch down a pussy, the letter. For my walls, Cuban drip, body dipped in gold. Like oh, so my dick, like it's all you know. Kill my toes, see my drip, I sip on my toes.
I'm about to run it back. They played with it. They played with it. CommenterNation, greatest nation since United Nations, we in the building.
Yeah. Snap pose, hey. Slim my wrist like Sub-Zero, hey. Tenfold. See my best you tenfold. Tesla, hey. Ride me like a Pegasus. Hey, you see my wrist. TM drip. You need vest, extended clip, pedal vest. You like pest. Yo, this at my dick hit chest. You get stuck. Heavy boy might break his neck. Or a dreads, yeah. Touch my soul, I feel my hands. Hey, little tech, hollow tip. He get bullet X. I need bands, hey. So this strap, hey. Do I say like somebody else? Hey, you get blammed, give her dish, you love her lips. Hey, she's on my day like it's medicine. Touch down a pussy, the letterman. For my walls, Cuban drip, body dipped in gold. Like oh, so my dick, like it's all you know. Kill my foes, see my drip, I sip on my toes. I'll be better off alone. Remember sixth grade, I'm high. Thinking of the balls and shot and prayer. No regret, 'cause I'm laughing deep down in the gutter. Let's show you this, I'm still breathing outside.
Shout out to everybody that came through. This is CommenterNation, greatest nation since United Nations. We in the building. That was the Lvxy interview. Ashiyan Prodigy that steps up. He knew him. They made music together. He weighed in on a little bit of things that we talked about here. I hope you enjoyed it. Support the nation. They're messing with the live and things, so I'm gonna get out of here. 1.